Yeah. Well, let's see. How about an old saw blade? That's not really what I'm looking for. This is Larry. It's Wednesday, May 21st. We're in Lake Elsinore. There's the lake down there. And we're at this place that used to be a country club. I remember when I was a teenager, they'd have dances up here for the high school. But I think it's from the 1920s. It burned down. And Randy's up here. There's a gazebo right there he's digging under. Now I found something, some kind of metal plate. I don't know if it's like a cover for an old water meter or what it is, so I'm trying to, so I got to the edge here. Here's the edge here. So I'm trying to dig it up so I can maybe lift it up and see what it is. So we'll get back to you. Alright, so I got to the fork, I uncovered the whole plate, and let's see if I can lift it up. I might have to go home and get a pry bar or something, but I don't know why it's here, unless it was a base for something, or it could possibly be covering some utilities, or maybe even a cover on an old septic tank. So let's see if I can move it at all. Okay. Well, I guess it's played to nothing. Let's see, there's a hole there where that hole was. What does that mean? Huh. I don't know. Yeah, okay, so much for that. Got this thing, kind of looks familiar. I'm not sure, it seems like, this is going back quite a ways. It seemed like when I was a kid they had these things for hobbies or something. I don't remember if they had compressed gas in them. Had something to do like for hobby work. I don't quite remember, I'll have to ask around. I'll take this with me. I remembered probably about 40 years ago, this friend of mine was a caretaker when this clubhouse existed, just to keep people out. They didn't have anything going on at that time, but he took me on a little tour, and they actually had like you see in the old movies, they had the thing where the stair or the bookcase moves and there's a secret area between the walls where you could walk from one room to another. And they had put, and you end up in another secret room. And they had that in there because this place in the 1920s, when there was Prohibition going on, the movie stars and big shots would come out here, and they'd have that secret room where they'd have the booze and all that, and they could party. So it was an interesting place. Too bad it had to burn down. We thought we'd find some interesting artifacts here, hopefully old coins. So far, just mostly a bunch of nails, except for the things I showed you. As you can see, there's pieces of brick and tile everywhere. I just found this piece. I don't know what it is, but it looks like it had something to do with electronics. It still has some wires where maybe this is where they grounded it. Anyway, like it's been around for quite some time, so we'll take that with us. A lot of bottle caps. I don't know if they're new, old, or what, since the name's worn off of them. Here's what I found so far. Nothing too exciting, except maybe this thing, if it is real, not just some kids' jewelry. I don't know if this is made out of plastic or what that is. I'll have to check it out. And there's some bottle caps. They could be old, they could be new. piece of glass I think is a little older. Something fresh. That's not old. Well, if it's fresh and it's golded diamonds, that would be good. I don't care how old it is, but it's probably not.
So far all I'm finding is nails and junk.
Yeah. Well, we're at an area next to the freeway. There's the 15 by Lake Elsinore, where there used to be we know there used to be one house here because I remember going into it when I was a kid. Can't remember if there's two foundations, if the other was some kind of a garage or what, but anyway, so there's nothing here now except the foundations. So Randy and myself, we're digging around here. So far I found the usual nails and bits of iron. We're hoping to find at least a couple old coins. I remember being here in this house in about 1967 or 68. There's a saw blade. I found one of those at the other location. Looks like this saw blade followed me over here, Randy. It's followed me over here from that other place. Remember I found one of these? Anyway, about in the late 60s, there was a local band here called December's Children, and I used to write the songs for them, and they rented this house, I remember. So I was in it at least one time. Hopefully they dropped some coins. Let's find out. I know they ended up stealing my whole portfolio of songs, but so they owe me something. So far nothing any good. Just here's the kind of stuff I'm finding, like this screw hook, nails, pipes, stuff like that. Anything?
Nails, washers.
Yep. Yeah, there's something deep here. I've been digging a ways down. Probably ended up being a pipe, but I got out the shovel, so I'm going to dig a little more. The ground's pretty hard here. I dig this far down to find a hammerhead. That was it. At least I know this thing picks up stuff. So it's a ways down, because that's like, how far down is that? Let's see. About a foot or so. A live dig with Randy.
Holy something. A few inches under here. And my pinpointer.
Yep.
Nail.
Okay. You want to try that other place you had talked about over by Cottonwood?
Yeah, let's get out of here.
Well, here we are, folks. Yeah, there's the post office right there because it has the flagpole, but I guess they got the fence around it. So anyway, we're in Garlock, original post office over there. They got it closed up, you can't get in there. And right here, show you what this place looks like. It's ready to fall over. This was kind of a combination of places. It was, it's the original school and part-time church from the 1890s. And as time went on, it became a general store and saloon, because about 1899, the town kind of collapsed. They used to across the way over there in Randsburg, where the mine, Yellow Aster mine is, they would have to buy water from these guys. I guess there must have been a well here, and they'd sell it to them for $2 a barrel, which was a lot of money in the 1890s. So eventually, this town was, starting to boom, but eventually what they did, they put a pipeline over to the mine, so they didn't need Garlock anymore. So about 1899, it pretty well was at its height, and that was it. And there were still people here into the 1920s. So as time went on, this place wasn't a school anymore, wasn't a general store anymore. Eventually, in the 1920s, during Prohibition, it became like a speakeasy and a brothel. So then after the 20s, it pretty well fizzled out. But what the BLM does, they'll put fences around these type of places. They don't do anything, it seems like, to restore them, but that I know of. But anyway, they just put fences around them to keep people from vandalizing them any more than they have. As you can see, it's I'm sure over the years in the 1950s and there's a minor gold rush, people used to maybe come in here and use it for different purposes, but it's kind of a mess. So what we're going to do is we're going to be metal detecting around here. I don't know if over the years, if people have already metal detected heavily this area or not. So I wish we could get over there where the post office is, but we can't. So we're just going to go out here, and there's a lot of trash out here where they used to, people didn't used to have dumps. So over in this whole area here, they used to throw their trash. So there's a lot of metal that we don't care about that we're going to be picking up or detecting.
Again, if you want headphones, I got those there too. If you don't need them.
So, okay, here's my question. Okay, say it's doing like right there, it's like, should I pay attention to it or just,
Well, it's gonna make like a loud beat. Yeah, like that.
Okay, this
But
is
you
right
really
below the 75.
Yeah, well, it could be gold or a coin. You can check it out. I'm not saying that, but it almost looks like a little crystal or something. This ground's hard as a rock. Well, I got this little pick. You can use this too if you need.
I might put this berry in this and see what happens. I guess there's nothing in there.
Mm-hmm. Well, we have a live dig here with Steve, right in the road
I
itself.
think I'm digging my grave is what I'm doing. Okay, there it goes.
If you set just a suggestion, if you put this flat, it makes it a lot easier to just hold the thing over it. Yeah. So the pointer said there's something there, huh? There you go. There it is. Now you you probably know how you take a little out at a time in your hand and... Nope.
See if you still got it in the thing, maybe. Might be a piece of gold.
There it is. Well, not much of a signal, maybe. Yeah, maybe.
Try your pinpointer.
Maybe the two things are interfering with each other. Maybe that has something to do with it.
Let me go over here.
Well, this thing will show it's about 5.5 inches down. So you gotta keep digging.
Okay. Oh, you're right next to this one, then this one.
Well, I'm right in front of the old post office. I can't go beyond this fence. But thought maybe I'd find something out here, but the odds are kind of against me since it's right next to the road. Probably this stuff has been graded over and over, who knows how many times. And so far I've just found old pieces of iron. My brothers are across the street over there. We started out. I haven't checked in with them to see if they found anything. I'm sure they would have hooped and hollered if they did. Well, so far I haven't found any coins or interesting artifacts, but getting a lot of old glass to add to the collection. You can see it everywhere. Got the purple glass that has to be between 100 and 150 years old plus, and then some glass that maybe isn't quite as old, but it's weathered by the sand. Problem with the metal detector, there's so many old cans out here. As you can see, they're everywhere. Also nails. Yeah, what do we have here? Is this part of a car, or what is this? I'm not sure what it is, if it's some kind of car part or farm implement. Just not sure on that one. Whatever it is, it's been here a while. It's like some more of it over there. Well, any coins yet? The usual. Steve finding about the same?
We found some part of a toy gun or something.
Oh. On some part of a toy gun.
think this is fairly recent.
Uh-huh.
This, I don't know what it is.
Well, this could even be from the 60s, you know?
Yeah. And this is the,
Oh,
looks like a toy one, I guess.
yeah. It's like in that Digger show, they found something like similar to this, and it's a toy gun.
I guess it's still a toy one, I don't know.
Could be a long time ago. Next to the hole is this base. So something was attached here. And it looks like there's tailings here. I mean, this looks like the type of rock you find when you're looking for gold, hard rock mining. There's piles over there, so it looks like they were trying to find something. Looks like it could have been something to hold water here, possibly. Not too, it's right behind all these tailings here. A little track of some type. So I'm in an area where there's some bigger pieces now. Not all this is purple glass, but it looks like some of it's starting to turn purple. Unless it's just some kind of film that got on it. But they're all bigger pieces. Let's see, pick this one up. Yeah, it has a little purple to it, not a whole lot. Yeah, I'll take some with me, show them to my wife when I get home. She's the expert with this stuff. We're thinking, since this used to be a school in the late 1890s, somewhere along the line the kids would have been behind the school here probably playing. Randy found a marble. Let's see if it looks like it's very old. Well, that's a cat eye, huh? So that's a... Is that a cat eye?
Yeah.
Well, that's okay.
Oh.
Anyway, it might be from, say, like, I don't know, it could be from the 40s, 50s, somewhere
Yeah,
around.
looks like a cat's eye or something.
Yeah. 50s, 60s. Anyway, it's old now.
Looks kind of a little different than they usually do.
Yeah, might be older. So, if you see that post way over there,
Yeah.
if you happen to end up over there, I think that's the post. There's a bunch of posts. I think right beyond that, there's a whole building that's flattened. It just fell down. There might be something around there. I don't know.
So far, I've found nothing but bullet shells and, of course, not all these pull tab things.
Yeah. Well, you would think, okay, this purple glass
I
here,
found a little bit of that.
well, okay, it has to be a minimum of 100 years old to 150 years old.
It's laying right on top.
Yeah. So why wouldn't there be some coins?
Somebody already hit the whole area.
Yeah, it could be. It could be right when metal detectors came out years ago. People scoured this, but
Somebody here every week.
but just like, you know, we go places where they've been looking for gold for 100, 150 years. You think it's all washed out, and all of a sudden somebody will find something. Anyway, we got about an hour and a half left, so you got to find the $5 gold piece pretty soon. Okay, so here's behind the school. I wish we had some kind of pictures that would show the whole layout here back then. Tried to look on the internet, haven't found anything. Well, so far we found a lot of the old glass. I'm actually the only one looking for that. Steve found the toy gun. We don't know how old that is. Randy found the marble right behind the school. Now, I wish we could get over to that post office. The post office, it was open from 1894 to 1904. And then again, it was closed. And then about 1923 through 1926, it was open again. So from those time periods, there should be something. And even here, like we've been saying, when you've got glass that has to be, because it's purple, 100 years old to 150, why can't you find any coins from that era? Garlock, by about 1899, it had several hundred residents, and then there were never that many buildings in Garlock, but just the ones I've mentioned, the schoolhouse, post office, and then about 1903, Garlock was pretty well washed up. By that time, all those residents had moved on. Some of the mills would still process small amounts of ore until about 1907. But eventually, it was just an on and off thing. Like I say, in the 20s, there was some action here again. The post office reopening, and the building here being like a brothel, saloon, gambling, and so forth. So, but we can't seem to find any coins. We don't know if it's just been gone over and over and over since they invented metal detectors, or if most of the coins were close to the surface and people that were hanging around here maybe in the 20s, 50s, 60s saw them and picked them up. So we don't know. But we're going to be here for about another hour, then we've got to get out here. It's getting pretty hot.